Hi guys, it's me, Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are jumping right into Christmas and we're going to make some Christmas ornaments. So I'm going to show you how to make these awesome custom ornaments with your kiddos' names on them, or whether you want to do little brother's big sister, baby's first Christmas. To make some homemade ornaments with the infusible ink using the Cricut coasters and then just gluing the ribbon on back to hang them on the Christmas tree. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these, but I wanted to talk for a second. Does anybody else, leave a comment down below, have ornaments that your kiddos made in school, or maybe if you remember that you could go down to the store and pick these out. They really need to be cleaned up, but you could pick out these metal ornaments here, and then the person behind the register would, in the jewelry department, would write out the kiddo's name, their date of birth. You could do baby's first Christmas and all of that. So like this one is my daughter's, and they were like 97 cents. So you could get these and they would do that. Well, I was thinking, and I'm not doing that today, but that will be another video. We could actually purchase these, and our Cricut maker can now write the names on these. So how cool would that be? I know my glare is really getting that. So things like that. These are my twins. I had got these ones done for the twins, and they had already had stamped the 2003. But like I said, the girl behind the counter had wrote out my girl's name with like one of those engraving pins. But like I said, that'll be something that you could do with the Cricut maker. But these are things that our family has been doing since my kiddos were born. Whether it was at home and we're doing DIY crafts, we're going to the store and picking out that super special ornament, or whether they were doing a craft at school and bringing it home to surprise us. So for example, my sister-in-law had taken some of these clear ones that you could pick up at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and things like that. She took like a paint marker and wrote out sassy, put some dots on there, just put the kiddos' names, and she filled them with M&Ms and put like a $20 bill in there. So those were a lot of fun. And then you're able to save them and use them over and over again each year. Just put them on the tree. And then last year, I believe I did a video on this. It was either last year or the year before, to make these super cute unicorns using felt. Some of this molding putty that you cook in the oven and it hardens to make these really cute unicorns. And then we put the kiddos' names on the back. What I did is, my daughter's birthday is November 22nd. For her birthday, she had a ton of friends over, and we created these. Each kid made one to take home for their to-go gift, I guess you would say, for her birthday party. So we made those. And then over the years, you know, the teachers have made things that the kiddos bring home. Like this one right here, my daughter made in Head Start. And you can see that it has her picture inside. So I'm going to show you guys how to do something like this very soon. And then she just used some of that like confetti type stuff to put in there. Clear ball, she just put a cute little ribbon on there and some string. So we just have tons and tons of homemade ornaments, you know, from handprints that look like snowmen. And then I've did a video on these before where these are old light bulbs, because, you know, we really don't use these light bulbs a lot anymore. These are the old ones. And so any of your old light bulbs that go out, I just painted these. My sister-in-law bought a pair years ago from this older lady, and I just loved them. So I took a picture last year and recreated them myself. So they're just super easy to make. So the point is, for years, we've been making our own DIY ornaments, or like I said, buying them from the store, from the school. The kiddos are surprising you with them. So this year, I'm going to show you guys how to make these awesome ornaments using infusible ink. This will be a perfect Christmas gift for somebody that just had a baby, a wedding. If you want to make them, you and the kiddos together, and make them as a family. Or if you're a teacher and you want to make these for your students. This is what they're going to look like. They're super cute. It's never going to come off. This is using the coasters. You could use the round ones or the square ones. So these are ceramic. Like I said, it's never going to come off. You could actually drill a hole through these and hang them as well. So that's another option. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now that we're over here in Cricut Design Space, this is my file. These are the people that I'm cutting out. So I've got my kiddos here, my father-in-law, and then me and my husband. I combined these two together. So we've got a set of two. So I'm going to show you doing them individually, adding pieces in, and then putting them together. So quickly, I'm going to show you how I did these, and then I'm going to share this file. So if you want to use it, all you would have to do is click on it, come down here and hit detach, and then these two would separate. So then you could change the name into whatever you want to. So for example, this one is for my daughter Sam because she is in the flag line. This is for our cat Naomi, and then this is for my daughter Miranda. It just kind of reminds me of her. She's got this cool vibe, and she's in choir. And then this is for our dog Chloe. Now she's a poodle, but it was just a super cute dog. So it's our dog Chloe. This is for our this is for my stepson Eli. He's into all that boy stuff, skateboarding, all that. This is for my daughter Sassy. She doesn't wear glasses, but it reminds me of how sassy she is. Her real name is Ashley, but we call her Sassy, and she loves to read. So I added a book. So this book I added, and these music pieces I added. And then for my father-in-law, we call him Papa, and he loves to golf. So I found this cute golfer. And then for me and my husband, I'm on the cell phone, you know, work, work, work. And then my husband here with his little fishing rod, super cute. If there was a girl with a fishing rod, that's what I would have had too. So I did Rocky and Crystal together. Now you'll notice that my font and my husband's font is smaller, because when you're trying to get more than one person on these circles, because you have a 3.6 window to work with, you're going to have to squish them down just a little bit. So keep that in mind. If, say, you have a family of 3 and you want to do your spouse, and then your child or your animal or whatever, the smaller you're going to have to make these people. So you'll be able to see that here in just a second of how they're going to look with just even 2. Okay, so let me go and show you. Like I said, this file is shared down below, but if you want to add more people or do your own thing, this is how I did it. I'm going to come over here to images. I typed in stick figure. All right, and scroll way down, because they're down here. Okay, so it's going to start right about here. So you could do all these different people. Now I want to show you, because when it comes to infusible ink, you want one layer, or you're going to have to slice it and make it work. So you would really want something like this. Now these are workable, so let me show you. So you can tell that has a background layer. So you may want to skip through those and be like, oh, I can't do those. But yes, you can. So let me show you this one, for example. If you want this one, click it, insert image. I'm going to bring this in, and you can see there is 2 pieces, the background and the piece that we need. So I'm going to come over here and click this eye to hide that background, and now it's 1. So all I got to do is click this and change the color up here to black. So unless you were doing a different color, you could do these. There is so many colors with the infusible ink that you could do this any color you want to. Do all my black. I think it'll be super cute. I'm kind of going for this Ray Dunn, you know, spunky type look, if that makes any sense. This super cute little guy here is now ready to go. And all I would have to do is add the name. So let me show you that really quick. I came over here to text. I used Cricut Sans. I didn't do anything fancy. Now, if you wanted some fancy font, go for it. Do your thing. But I just used some basic. I thought it looked super cute. So say that this one was for my husband. Type out his name here. I would then, you know, figure out my sizing. And the way that I figured out what was going to fit on my coaster was I came to shapes, clicked a circle, and I used this for all of them. So I'm going to show you. I came up here to the top. I know that I have a 3.6 window to work with. So it's a 3.6. I changed it to white. All right. I'm going to select both of these so I can bring them to the front. Come up here to arrange. And I'm going to send to front. All right. So now I can bring this above this. These are not attached yet. I just select them at the same time. Just like that. I could move the name around, figure out exactly where I want it. I could actually make this guy a little bit bigger to figure out where I want these things. Bring that name down just a little bit. Say I was happy with that. I'm going to select the name, hold down the command on my laptop, click this guy, and then I'm going to come over here and hit attach. So now those are together and they're going to cut in one piece. So then I would say that's ready and I would hit it in line. And I'm going to use everybody for the same circle. So you can see, I'm going to have to hit arrange, move to the front. You can see this one perfectly fits in here. Everybody fits and I just keep moving them. So then let me show you another one. Let me show you one. I'm going to delete this guy. Let's go back to images. So let me see an example of how I added something. So say, let's see, let me show you how I did like the book. Let me see if I can find it again. So like this golfer, I could take out that background layer and it's good to go. All of these ones like this, those are good. You don't even have to mess with them. But you have karate. You have, this is probably the girl that twirls that baton. How cute is this? Okay, let me see. I'm trying to figure out so I can add. Okay, say I'm going to add something in Dad's hand. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. Insert image. All right. Now, let me go see if I can add like a barbecue grill, like the little spatula or something like that in his hand. So I'm going to come to images. I'm going to type in spatula. Say that I just take this one right here. It looks good. Click on it. You want something that's not multiple pieces. So this is one piece. I'm going to bring it way down. Turn it just a little bit. Bring it down to his hand where it's just setting. I'm going to bring you guys in so y'all can see a little better of what I'm doing. Zoom you in here. Alright, so you see my spatula? I'm going to get it right on his hand, just like this. And now I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to hit weld instead of attach. So now it's one piece. Click it again. I can change that color to black. And there you go. Now Dad's, you know, out there barbecuing. He's the guy out there that barbecues. So think outside the box. So if you were, you know, your child's in band, but they play a specific instrument like a clarinet or a saxophone, you could go in, type that, and you could add it to their hand and weld that and create your own. With my daughter here, her music notes are just here on the side, but I attached them. So I clicked her name, command, click this one, and hit attach. So they're all together. And then the flag line was already created, so that worked out for me. I wouldn't have really wanted this little piece here. I could always slice that off if I wanted to, but I'm not concerned. Show you how to create a weeding box, so that way we don't struggle and we don't have to separate them. So let me show you that really quick. We're going to take a shape, all right, and we're going to duplicate this. Well, let me size it down. Be white temporary. So to create a weeding box, I'm going to change it to white. I'm going to click arrange, move to the back, send to back. And now I'm going to change it so I don't waste a lot of infusible ink. I'm going to size this. I have it unlocked. So I'm going to size this to where I need it to be. So this is what you call a weeding box. So at this point, I'm going to lock it back. And then I'm going to select these two pieces here. And I'm going to hit attach. So I can change that right back to black. Just like so. Going to be hard to see them. You're not going to be able to tell what they are until you're done. A little more comfortable so you can see, because see how this turns all black and you can't tell what's going on. If you need to be able to see what's happening, all you have to do is we'll hit select all, and we'll go ahead and change all of these to that gray, so that way you can still see. So that way it's not like a nervous wreck and you're wondering where these things are. So now everything is completely ready to go. What I'm going to do is hit make it. And at this point, you can adjust them and move them up and whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and mirror everything. Because like I said, we're working with infusible ink. We're going to go ahead and hit continue and choose our machine. My Explorer Air 2. So I have my dial on my machine turned to custom. I'm going to come up here and hit browse and type in infuse. I just type in INF, enter infusible ink transfer sheet. Done, and we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and head over to our machine and start cutting it out. To get started, we're going to need some of Cricut's infusible ink coasters. So I've got 2 packages here because I'm creating 8 ornaments. You could also use the square ones if you want to. It's just preference. I really like the way the round ones look. So these are going to be heavy. These are ceramic. Now, keep in mind you can either drill a hole in these and hang them like that, or you could use some hot glue and glue on some ribbon. So you may want to get some ribbon to either tie in here if you're going to drill holes. And you may want to have somebody help you that knows how to do that. You could always hot glue your ribbon on the back, and you can secure it with a piece of felt on the back as well if you wanted to. You're going to need some infusible ink, whatever colors you're wanting to use. Today I'm using black. It's only going to take about a half a sheet of the black, and it's pretty cool the way it looks first because it looks brown, but it's actually going to turn out black. And then you're going to need some butcher's paper, which is included when you purchase infusible ink. And you're going to need a piece of white cardstock and your pressing mat. I'm going to be using the green mat. You want to use the green or the purple mat when it comes to infusible ink so it don't shift. Today I'm using the 6x7. I could probably do 2 coasters at a time with this one. You could do 4 coasters at a time with the 9x9, and you could do several with the 12x10. So keep that in mind. You could do several at a time and really knock it out a lot faster. But these are the ones that I want to show you with today. I'm going to be using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. You could also utilize your Cricut Maker as well. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and take my mat. I'm going to take my Cricut infusible ink, and it's going to go on the mat in this direction. So you're going to take the back side like this. We're going to go ahead and load our infusible ink. Just like that. And we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit go. So I'm going to go ahead and unload it and take it off. The best way to do this is shut our machine, turn it off, get it out of our way. The best way to do this is to flip it upside down and hold down this corner onto the table and then just slowly peel your mat off of your infusible ink. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and trim around here to save this excess. Alright, so let me show you how the weeding box works. So instead of having to peel all this off, we have now these little squares, rectangles if you will, to help make it so much easier. Alright, so now that's a lot easier, right? So you're not having to sit there and fuss with all of that. And then what we can do too is I can sit here and separate these down individually. Alright, now I can sit here and go through and just pull off any excess. So I have a majority of these already weeded out, and when you get to some of these intricate pieces, you may start to lose them. So like the pieces of my book, I wasn't thinking they're really, really thin pieces. So I just picked around it and kind of made it work as a book. It's still going to be fine, so just work with that. I also want to point out really quickly, I get this all the time. Sometimes when you're pulling away, you may leave like a piece of paper behind like this. I could sit there and fuss and take it off, but you don't have to. As long as it don't have any of the ink on it, it's not going to come through with your project, okay? So I've already got all of these ready to go, so I thought I would save the last two so I can weed these on camera really quick. So you can see all my crazies here. So basically what you want to do is either write it in reverse and then go over it, or you could just sit here and try to keep that right sizing. So I'm just going to write everything in reverse. Alright, so that'll be a little bit silly like that, but I think that'll be fine where it kind of almost looks like a kid did it. It'll be cute. So, I'm going to trim this down to size because I want to make sure they're going to fit on there at the exact same time. Alright, so I'm going to kind of stick it to where it's just sticking a little bit to that piece down there. I can always use my tape as well to kind of tape those together. So now this is that one. Here we go. So now what we need to do is I'm going to take my 14 by 14 mat. That's the one I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to get this up here so you guys can see really good. Alright. Then I'm going to take my white piece of cardstock. We're going to go ahead and open these up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull these out. And they come with little dividers like this to keep them very nice. So Cricut did a really good job with that as well. Alright, so what we're going to do is we've got a package opener and ready. First thing you want to do is wipe these down with a lint-free cloth. So what I use is the one that comes inside the infusible ink. You could always take some alcohol. I keep it in a little spray bottle like this, spray them, and wipe them down just to make sure that they are lint-free. Everything's ready to go. Take our designs. I'm going to start with this one here, Chloe. So I'm going to get that on here. And there's enough stick on these that I don't need the tape at the moment. So I'm just going to make sure it's completely on there just like this. Right? And then get another one. So let's do Sam. So I'm just lining them up, making sure they're going where they want to. Be mindful if you're going to be drilling a hole where your hole's going to go to make sure you're not going to cut into your design. So just like that. And then your machine, your Cricut Easy Press, if you're using the 6x7, the 9x9, or the 12x10, needs to be 400 for 240 seconds. Alright. And we're going to get another one here. And we'll go ahead and show you the mom and dad as well. All right. Now for this one, to hold that paper. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use some of our Cricut heat resistant tape just to help hold this down since this is a paper. All right. Now, the way that the ceramic coasters, the way that you do these is they're actually going to go upside down. So once you have your design where they're going to go ahead and flip these guys upside down. All right, so I'm going to cover these up with the butcher paper. I'm going to get this side first. And you don't need to put any pressure. You can just leave it there and hit go. All right, so we're going to let those cool down, and we're going to go ahead and scoot over to these ones here. Same thing, we're going to hit go. 400 for 240. All right, same thing, we're going to gently lift that off. Now at this point, you can pull off your butcher paper. Now I'm going to set these aside and let them cool down. So while I do that, I'm going to scoot these over, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the last 4. I'm going to go ahead and take a 12 by 12 mat. I'm going to get my cardstock down. Same thing, I'm going to take my coasters here. I'm going to spray a little alcohol on the back of the towel, wipe them all down. Same thing, we're just going to go over each one and put these on top. Now I want to note something really quickly that I discovered. Your mini easy press will not work with the coasters because of the fact that they're so thick and you're actually flipping them over and working in this direction. So this will not work with your coasters. So definitely make sure you're using your 6x7, your 9x9, or your 12x10. So these are dry and ready to go. So we're going to take our designs once again, and I'm going to get these down. So once again, there's enough stick from the transfer sheet that I don't need the tape, but if you need the tape, go ahead and get it at that time. So I'm going to flip all of these guys over, and I can do 2 at a time with my 6x7, so I just scoot them in close. All right, just like that. Get down our fresh, clean piece of butcher paper. Same thing, 400 for 240. So you're going to set it right on top and hit go. Now, if you feel comfortable, you could always just kind of very lightly have your hand on here. But really, you don't have to. You can just kind of let it set and do its thing. You really kind of don't, because if you push on it and you're pushing in this direction or that direction, you're not giving it enough pressure. So I do recommend just kind of leaving it there for the 240 and keep close. I wouldn't walk away, and just keep an eye on it. And as soon as it's done, pick it up. What I want to invest into is one of those gloves that you would use out on your grill that's heat resistant. You could always use like a little hand towel like this to pick them up, so that way if they're still hot, you can do it like that. Now these ones have already started to cool down, so I'm just going to flip all of them over really quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead and peel them off. How cute is this? All right, and this is where we wrote that out. Now the color, that's just a little bit lighter, and that's okay. So you could have the kids write these out, so then it's kind of like a scribbled like the kids did it. How cute is that? And I did the ant backwards. That's okay. So there's that one. Now another thing is, you could always do your images like this with the infusible ink, and then do the vinyl down here at the bottom, the adhesive vinyl. So you could do those as well. So that came out super cute. But look at the coverage of that. There's no issues with that at all. How cute. All right. So let's move on to the next one. We'll do these both at the same time. They're stuck together. Here's my son Eli. So this is his skateboard. How cute. I love these. I love the black and white. So here's our dog Chloe. Here's our daughter Sam for the flag line. Super adorable. And then these ones are still a little bit warm. So what I'm going to do while those cool down. So I've got my hot glue gun heating up over here. So what you're going to want to do is take a hot glue gun. And we're just going to put a little dot on the back. And then you want to cut and figure out how long do you want your string. What do you want your string to look like? I'm going to use the red and black plaid. So I want mine to be something about like this for each one. So each one of these strings is 9 inches long. So I'm just going to keep going and cut 8 of these. What you need to do is flip these over. Make sure you're paying attention to where your top is. And all we're going to do is take a little drop of glue. just like that. Now, you could always cover up the back side of this with some felt, because these are going to be quite heavy, so you want to make sure they're going to be secure. So there it is. How cute is this? So there it is, so you can hang it on your tree. How cute is that? And just make them as short or as long as you want to. So it's just going to hang on your tree just like this. But like I said, you can always take a piece of felt here and attach it to the back to have that a little bit more secure. And all I'm doing is kind of folding this over here, creating a loop. Flip this over. And press down. So I'm letting the glue cool just a little bit, enough to where my hands can handle it, and pressing that down just to make sure it's really going to go in there. How cute. This would be great for a teacher to do for her students, and she can have the little boys and the little girls and put their names. So this is a great gift for teachers to do with their kids. That'd be an awesome gift too for Mother's Day and stuff like that as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel all of these off. How cute. This one's one of my favorites right here. Is she not super cute? So here's Papa with the golf. Look at how cute these are. I'll bring it in so you can really see it. Those are very, very adorable. So if you guys have not tried out infusible ink, you can see how thick these are. They're ceramic. They're going to last years and years and years. These would be great to sell, to advertise in your little store to do. But if you haven't tried infusible ink, this would be a great first project to try. And then the cute little cat here. So cute. So there you have it. Are these not adorable? So fun to make. They're going to last years and years. This will not wash out. And if you wanted to, you could also just do these as coasters. This would make a great Christmas gift, a Mother's Day gift, Father's Day gift, for teachers to do with their students, for a keepsake to send home with their mom and dad for Christmas. It's just a great, great idea. And like I said, I only used for these 8 like a half a sheet black. So for a teacher, you could get 1 box of infusible ink and 4 packages of the coasters. So definitely pay attention to these sales going on with the infusible ink products. You could pick these up at Michael's on Cricut.com. All of the links are down below to all of these. One of my absolute favorites is probably the Papa with the golf clubs. There was another golfer where he's ready to swing, and it was super cute as well. I absolutely love the way that Sassy came out with her little book. So you could see where I was missing those teensy tiny pieces, but you could see where I was able to sacrifice and keep these ones. But where I didn't clean up enough, you can see those tiny pieces. But it's fine. I think it gives it character. It's super cute. But just pay attention to those. But like where I've talked about, like the paper pieces that are there, don't worry about those. It's just paper. It's not going to hurt it at all. And then my daughter with the flag line, she's just absolutely going to adore this. She's going to think it's so cool. To make it even cuter, I added a ribbon on top of this ribbon. I tied it around. What I did was I took a thicker ribbon like this, folded it under again, then just took a string, tied it around, left the ends, and then tied it onto this ribbon here. So how cute is that with a ribbon on? It just makes them so much cuter. Look at how cute these are. Would this not make the perfect gift? Great for teachers to make with their students, like I said. Great gift to give to a friend. Brand new baby. To do for an entire family. This would be great for a family gift. Wrap all these up. Wrap each one of them individually with tissue paper. Put them in a super cute decorative box. So I'm going to go ahead and hang these on a super cute small Christmas tree I have. Take a few pictures. So definitely go over to my Instagram, which is CrystalAnn_2017. I'll have it linked down below so you guys can see some pictures of these hanging on a super cute tree. Everything is linked down below to make this project. Once again, you can use your Explorer Air 2 or your Maker to make this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.